This question, it goes to Mr. Clark.
Well, one of the things I'd like is to make sure that we try to, we've had neighborhood associations and they've been in decline for the last several years. I think that's a good mechanism for two-way communication, making sure that as we're considering proposals at the city council, that in fact that we have a vehicle for making sure that the community is aware and not just sending out emails and not just sending out flyers to people, but actually making a concerted effort to make sure that people in the community know what the impact of those things are. So that's one of the major ways that I would do to try to keep the community well informed about what we're doing.
Would any other candidates like to add? Mr. Weissman.
I've advocated the need to engage the community in community-wide meetings. I think, as was mentioned earlier, we're going to need to have a discussion with the community about the difference between continued expense reduction versus revenue enhancement in order to provide, not just to maintain our quality of life and our city services, but to be able to expand them if possible. The council used to have community-wide meetings where they would go out periodically into various neighborhoods, invite the public in to have a discussion. Unfortunately, to a large measure, those turned out to be nothing more than gripe sessions complaining to public works and sanitation with regard to tree trimming, street repairs, and trash pickup. We need to have a serious discussion with the community. We haven't had one in a long time with regard to where the city is financially, where it needs to be financially in order to sustain our services, and we're going to need to go out into the community in order to do that.
We're running out of time, so we're going to do your closing, your final thoughts, and you'll have 90 seconds, and we're going to start with Mr. Melson.
Okay, great. Thanks. It's really nice to be here. I just want to tell you a couple of things that I worked on having to do with our schools, for what it's worth. When parents called me up about the need to deal with some traffic safety issues at El Rincon, I helped to get a roll and drop lane set up there. Also, as president of Culver City Exchange Club, directed the funding for the first growing grape garden in the Culver City Unified School District at El Rincon. And then Hal, somebody called up, was concerned about traffic safety because of cars coming through. I think it's Braddock or Farragut. And I helped to get those yellow bollards there to make sure that no cars could ever kind of speed through and hit kids in the playground. You know, I've got a lot of other things like that to do because I really like it when people call me up, have a good idea, something that we can work on together. It's a lot of fun. You know, if you want to learn more about what it is that I'd like to do, my experience, you can go to my website, which is, imagine this, scottmelson.com. It's a nice looking website. That's actually what I do for a living. So I encourage you to do that. But what I do want to tell you is it's really great to see you here. I hope that you have enjoyed yourselves because I would like to see you become more involved. If you just let somebody else deal with the problems, your solution, the things that you want to see happen, are not going to get done. This is a great city where you can make a difference. How can I say that to you? Because I can tell you of my own experiences. I've been able to make a difference. It's been fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. All right. Next, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you. I'd like to also answer a question that was asked about the election process. Now, I worked for the LA County Recorder's Office as an inspector reservist for quite a few sessions now. And it's not just a matter of, you know, getting more, it's also about demographics. Now, right now we have a lot of older people voting for the elections right now. Like, how do we get the young people voting? So early voting has proven to make that happen. So I want to bring more early voting to happen to our city. I think by moving to a primary election cycle, not in general, because we have a bottom ticket, but a primary, we can actually get more voters, more young voters out and move that forward. So, in closing statements, I'm all about sustainability. Economic, environmental, social, all that stuff, great. You know, I want to make this a world-class, I want to make this a world-class city as well, but I think we can do it. There's a thing we lost the money to redevelopment funds, and it's a time for us to make a choice about where we go from here. continue to tax and tax and tax, spend. But I think we actually have to cut and find out where we can find our efficiencies. Now, it's not just about cutting, it's about finding our efficiencies. And I think that, as a sustainability expert in my work, I'm actually a home building contractor. I make houses more efficient. I go walk in the house, find out what's inefficient, say, let's fix this. Let's make a plan about how to fix this. I want to do the same thing for the city. Make a plan and work on that plan and stick to it.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. All right, next is Mayor O'Leary.
Hi, I'm the business guy on the council. I believe that we don't have to make the cuts. Unfortunately, some of the cuts are coming anyway. With the demise of redevelopment agencies, we're going to have to let some staff go whose salaries were dependent on that agency. But we have got some great development coming here in Culver City. Our Parcel B in front of Culver Studios and the Culver's Hotel will be a huge revenue generator for us. Right by the train station, we're going to have that triangle project that's currently being paved for parking will be developed into huge hotel, open space, office, retail, housing. So there's a lot of plans, and then between those two, there's a commercial corridor where Miller Honda is. We need to develop that. We need to create a vibe, a better vibe in Culver City. We've got the congestions, let's get that down. Now, this is something that I wanted to add to the how can we improve the voting record here in Culver City, get more people out. Well, I was shocked when we asked how many people are eligible by age to vote in the next election, and then how many of you took your hand down when how many are actually registered. The last election was decided by 46 votes. I think 50 of you put your hand down. You could have changed the last election. You wouldn't have been eligible, but you might change this one. So get out there, register. When I became a citizen, I walked out with my citizen card and walked straight across to the voter registration booth. I already had it filled out. Proud to vote in this country. Be proud to vote. You will make a difference. Locally, small numbers make big differences. Thank you.
Miss Sally Wells.
Well, once again, thank you so much for your interest and for being here tonight and your excellent questions. I was just going down the list of some of the questions you asked, and you're talking about equality, fundamental, basic equality. You're talking about the economy. You're talking about getting people more involved in the democratic process and how we can improve that process. Sustainability, traffic, transportation, schools. These are, this isn't like a kids forum. This is the forum. These are the fundamental questions, and I just want to say thank you for being here, for bringing them to our attention. I feel like you're my people, and I'm really thankful.
Thank you all for being here. It is so refreshing to be in front of a group that asks intelligent and diverse questions, and not the same ones that we hear every night at a campaign forum. If I had a campaign slogan, and I don't think I do, it would be commitment to the community. My candidacy combines decades of service to the community. I've been involved in the development and evolution of Culver City nearly my entire life. I'm an attorney by profession. I'm a community service devotee by avocation. I've been doing this for over 40 years. I'm passionate about the city of Culver City. I have served in virtually every capacity within the city, and I'm proud of my record. With the support of those of you who are here this evening who are eligible to vote and will vote, I hope to have an additional 4 years to continue to serve the city of Culver City and continue to work to make Culver City the best possible place to live, work, and play. Thank you all very much for your attention this evening.
All right, everyone, so we are coming to a close. Oh, sorry, I totally forgot, Mr. Clark. You're in the loop.
Save the best for last.
Exactly.
So my bumper sticker would say, as it does, listening to your concerns, responding to your needs. Thanks very much for hosting us tonight and for your enthusiasm and for your questions. I think I'm a somewhat different candidate that I have to offer to the voters of Culver City, and I'd like to tell you why. First of all, I'm the only candidate running that currently is working in local government. I understand local government. I understand how local government works and sometimes how it doesn't work. I work with other government entities, and I think we can learn from those best practices. Second, my job is to go out and find additional revenues, not only from federal, state, and foundation grants, but also looking for partnerships. I think those kinds of skills will be very helpful to the city of Culver City as we try to deal with our budget shortfalls. Third, through my work and my outside activities, I've developed strong relationships, even friendships, with our state, federal, and county elected officials and appointed officials. It's nice to have people in high places when you need help, and being able to go to those people. And lastly, I think I can work with and build consensus. I'm the only candidate running here that received both the endorsement of the Culver City Democratic Club and the Chamber of Commerce. And in fact, I've been endorsed by 10 former mayors, both Republicans and Democrats, and none of them ever received the endorsement of the Democratic Club and the Chamber of Commerce in the same year when they were running. I'm also proud to be endorsed by the Municipal Employees Association, the League of Conservation Voters, and the Sierra Club. You get 4 votes in this election. I hope that I would be your first choice, but if I'm not your first choice, I hope I would be one of your choices. Thank you for your attention.
Your votes and everything that they say about being a commitment to community and everything is at the end, and we're about ready to wrap it up. You guys can cast your own vote. Your voice can be heard, will be heard. And not only that, but it will be airing and broadcasted tomorrow on the local news. So you can actually find out exactly what your voice can do.
Awesome. All right. Well, I want to thank you, Caitlin, for running around with the mic and being our amazing MC.
It was a pleasure.
The voting registration papers up here, so you guys are welcome to come up and fill out or whatnot.
And we'd like to thank all the high school students for coming out and all the candidates.
Wait, one more thing.
And that you can come vote right now.
The person that you wanted to come here.
Oh, Claire.
Oh, yes.
The person who you wanted to come here. Oh, I actually changed my answer too.
All right, now, mine's gonna sound really strange, but Deepak Chopra, actually, because okay, love it. It's not strange to one person. Because I used to listen to him a lot with my dad and have my iPod, and I actually have a lot of questions that I would love to hear him answer. So yeah, that's mine.
All right. Okay. If I get to change my answer, I pick Rick Santorum because I'd love to understand him better. And with that, we want to thank everybody again.